Hey there, everyone. Welcome to today's session of Bitwarden Brilliance. I'm Jake from the Bitwarden integration team, and today we'll be diving into the configuration of the Bitwarden Splunk app. If you're into secure password management, cybersecurity, or just exploring how to get the most out of your tools, you're in the right place. We'll walk through what this integration is, the benefits it brings, and of course the step-by-step setup process. I'll also be using a Splunk Cloud trial account for this demo, so you can follow along or try it yourself afterward. Let's get started. To touch on a quick agenda for today, we'll be going over what Bitwarden is, for those who don't know, what the Bitwarden integration team does, an overview of the event logs Bitwarden provides, as well as the SIM integrations available. We'll also highlight a few benefits of integrating Bitwarden with Splunk, and then as promised, a step-by-step demo of the setup for this. So what is Bitwarden? Bitwarden is the world's leading open source password management solution. All of our code is out there on GitHub and is audited by some of the world's leading security consulting firms. We also participate in a public bug bounty program with HackerOne, so we take security and transparency very seriously. Bitwarden is trusted by businesses and individuals worldwide, and it provides enterprise-grade security for storing, sharing, and managing your credentials. Let's take a moment to introduce the Bitwarden integration team. So our team is here to provide customers with configuration guidance, best practices, and everything in between. We also help out on calls like this to show off the platform and handle any technical Q&A. Then we're also here as an escalation point for Bitwarden's 24/7 365 support team. We're here to work with you on a project basis to ensure that your rollout and implementation plans are successful. Moving on, we'll touch on Bitwarden's event logs, a powerful feature for keeping track of what's happening in your organization. Event logs are time-stamped records of events that occur within your teams or enterprise organization. Over 60 different actions are logged, and these logs are retained indefinitely, so you're not limited to any retention periods. These logs provide real-time insights that allow admins to monitor critical security events, from user logins and vault item changes to potential security incidents. This ensures you're always in the know. These logs are audit friendly, making compliance and security investigations much easier. These are detailed records that give you a clear picture of who did what and when. You can also export and filter these logs by event type, user, or date. This flexibility is super handy when you're looking for specific activity or need to analyze data externally. Finally, those Bitwarden event logs integrate seamlessly with SIM utilities like Splunk, and this means you can set up custom alerts and correlate data with other systems in real time. So let's see how this works in practice with Bitwarden's Splunk integration. As I mentioned previously, Bitwarden is the world's leading open source password manager, and integrating it with a SIM like Splunk enables organizations to monitor and analyze password-related security events in real time. With this integration, security teams can track events like failed login attempts, password vault modifications, and more, all within Splunk, enhancing visibility and proactive security measures. Let's take a step back for a moment. What is a SIM? SIM stands for Security Information and Event Management. This allows you to combine event data from multiple sources for threat detection, incident response, and compliance reporting. And Splunk is a leading SIM platform offering powerful search, alerting, and dashboarding capabilities. So, what are some of the key benefits of using a SIM and integrating it with Bitwarden? Well, this provides improved security visibility. We can centralize and monitor Bitwarden logs alongside other organizational logs in Splunk. This also allows for faster incident response. You can use Splunk's search and alerting capabilities to detect and act on suspicious Bitwarden activities. It also helps improve regulatory compliance. You can maintain an audit trail for password management events, aiding compliance efforts for frameworks like GDPR and SOC 2. It also provides scalable logging, so Splunk's cloud-based capabilities make it great for organizations of any size. In addition to Splunk, Bitwarden also has native integrations with Microsoft Sentinel, Panther, Elastic, and Rapid7. Any SIM tool can access Bitwarden events using the Bitwarden public API. Without further ado, let's jump into what you need to get started with the integration. First, you'll need a Bitwarden Enterprise or Team subscription. Those event logs are a feature of the business plans. Second, we'll be using a Splunk Cloud trial account today. If you want to follow along, you can sign up for one on Splunk's website. Finally, make sure that you have admin access to both Bitwarden and Splunk. With that out of the way, let's begin. In order to configure the Bitwarden app in Splunk, I'll be following along using this Bitwarden Help Center documentation. So the first thing we'll want to do is get logged into our Splunk Cloud account. I'll use Bitwarden to pull up my credentials there. And here the first thing we'll want to do is create an index. So if I navigate to Settings, Indexes, you will want to create a new index. For the name, I will call it Bitwarden Events, and for the max raw data size, because this is a trial account, I can set this to 0 for unlimited, and my searchable retention period, I want to be able to go back 365 days. So I've already created that index in my environment. As you can see here, I said 0 limitation and 365 days retention. The next thing you want to do is navigate to Apps and find more apps. Here we will search for Bitwarden in order to install the application. Please ensure to install the official Bitwarden Event Logs app and not the third-party one. So when you go to install here, it will ask you for your Splunk account credentials. I'll go ahead and move this off screen for a moment while I enter that information. Okay, and once you agree and install, it should give you the prompt that the installation was complete. So from here, we'll go ahead and open the app and begin with the configuration. We're brought into the wizard here. That should take us to the app setup page. Oops. And you only need a few pieces of information for the setup. The first thing will be the client ID and client secret. This will be found in the Bitwarden organization's admin console. So you'll log into your Bitwarden account, navigate to admin console, settings on the left. That should bring you to organization info, and then you'll see a button to view the API key. Once that API key is available, we'll enter that into the Splunk app here. Go ahead and grab mine. And now we'll need to choose the Splunk index. Go ahead and select that previously created Bitwarden events index and set your Bitwarden server URL. For the US cloud, that would be vault.bitwarden.com. You can also use the default here. If you're using the EU server, vault.bitwarden.eu. And then, of course, if you're self-hosting Bitwarden, enter the self-hosted server URL. You can also define an earliest event to retrieve, and the default is 1 year. I would like to go back 1 full year, so let's go ahead and submit that. Notice it's thinking, and this will bring us into the search view. So here we can view our dashboards. Bitwarden has 3 built-in dashboards that provide options for monitoring and visualizing Bitwarden organizational data. Those primary categories of data include Bitwarden authentication events, Bitwarden Vault item events, and Bitwarden organization events. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitwarden authentication events. Fantastic. You should see your logs populating into the dashboard. And now that those logs are flowing, let's take a look at what you can do with them. You can use these dashboards to monitor failed login attempts, vault exports, or other critical events. You can also set up alerts for unusual patterns, like multiple failed logins or admin access at odd hours. You can build these reports to show compliance with frameworks like GDPR or SOC 2. The data displayed in the dashboards will provide information and visualization for a broad variety of searches, and more complex queries can be completed by selecting the Search tab at the top of the dashboard here. So that's it. You successfully configured the Bitwarden Splunk app and started pulling in valuable security data. With this integration, you've got real-time insights into your password security events and a powerful way to keep your organization secure. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really hope you enjoyed the session. Don't forget to follow and share it with anyone who might find it helpful. Until next time, stay secure.